If the Bengals are going to make a playoff run, despite their 4-7 record, they have to win at least 5 of their last 6 games, including Sunday's matchup against the Steelers. Here are 3 players that must step up if the Bengals are going to make the postseason. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of BengalsTalk.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and make sure you check out SeatGeek. Today's show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Download the app and get $20 off your first purchase with promo code CincyTalk. That's CINCY Talk. Let's get into this because there are 3 players that I'm eyeing that need to be better starting Sunday, that need to be better over the next 6 weeks, and not just for the Bengals to make the postseason, but to prove and to show that they are part of the Bengals' future. And number 1 is a guy that we've talked a lot about, that has been in the news a lot. And unfortunately, it's not for catching the football. It's Germaine Burton, who just seems to be out there. He's gotten opportunities over the past few weeks and is getting a lot of good cardio in, but hasn't made the plays that you're expecting him to make. And what I want to see from Germaine Burton over the next 6 weeks, regardless of how the Bengals do record-wise, is give me a glimpse. Give me something to go into this offseason with that says, oh, well, Germaine Burton can be a piece for the future. Because right now we know he has talent. We know he has good hands. We know at times he has the right instincts downfield to make plays. But over the past few weeks, even that has looked shaky. Even that, half the time or more than that, looks like he doesn't know where he's running or what route he's doing, or he doesn't look confident. It's why Joe Burrow is 4 of 14 when targeting Jermaine Burton. It's just not good. This is a quarterback that completes most weeks 70% of his passes, is completing 67% of his passes this year, is playing as well as any quarterback in the NFL. And Jermaine Burton hasn't been on the same page as Joe Burrow. Who am I blaming? The rookie, or am I blaming the MVP level quarterback? It's pretty clear who you blame. And so what I need to see from Jermaine Burton is pretty simple. Think Alec Pierce in Indianapolis. Just show you can be a deep threat. I get it. Jamar Chase is out there and he's possibly on his way to a triple crown. T. Higgins is back and is going to be a big part of this offense. Well, Andre Yosavash isn't known for his ability to be a deep threat. Trenton Irwin, Charlie Jones, who knows? Maybe Isaiah Williams gets some reps down the stretch. None of those guys are going to be deep threats. The guy they need to be a deep threat is none other than Jermaine Burton. That's why I mentioned Alec Pierce. That's what Alec Pierce does for the Indianapolis Colts. Stretch the field. I need Jermaine Burton to stretch the field, to be reliable in that area, and to make an impact over the next 6 weeks. I have one more for you before we get to our sponsor, SeatGeek, and it's Cam Taylor-Britt. Shocker, right? Of course it's Cam Taylor-Britt. He's given up 9 touchdowns this year, according to Pro Football Focus. No one has given up more than 2 in the secondary. And it's Geno Stone and I think Logan Wilson. Shout out to my buddy Jake Lisco for that stat, for looking it up on PFF. The point is Cam Taylor-Britt's been awful. And with DJ Turner out for the season, with Dax Hill out for the season, you have to see if Cam Taylor-Britt can rebound. Because if he doesn't, and there's a real scenario where this defense continues to struggle, there's a real scenario where a new coaching staff on that side of the ball at least could come in. And then Cam Taylor-Britt, who knows if he's a Bengal next year. That's a path. The other path is Cam Taylor-Britt finishes the season strong, helps the defense rebound. And regardless if they make the playoffs or not, you feel better about his season. So we'll see. But Cam Taylor-Britt has a ton to prove, and he needs to show that he can be a starting level corner. No one really had that doubt coming into this year. I think everyone has that doubt, maybe including Cam, going into this week's matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Up next, one more player or players. I may cheat with the number 3 player here on just importance going into these final 6 weeks and what I'm eyeing, what I think you're eyeing as well. We will get to that coming up next. It's Steelers week. And if you want to watch the Bengals play the Steelers at Paycor Stadium, I'll be there. You can too with SeatGeek. Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. And it's everything from NFL games to concerts to the NBA. Any live event you can think of, SeatGeek has you covered. And the SeatGeek app makes it extremely simple. I know plenty of Bengals fans, including friends and family of mine, that used SeatGeek to get into the Bengals matchup against the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. You can take advantage of SeatGeek today, and they put all of the tickets across the web in one place to make sure you're getting a good deal. And well, I came through for you guys with promo code CincyTalk. You're going to get $20 off your tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code CINCY Talk, Cincy Talk. Make sure you click the link in the description or download the SeatGeek app today and use promo code CincyTalk. All right, the title says 3 players that really need to step up for this Cincinnati Bengals team that must be good down the stretch. And Jermaine Burton and Taylor-Britt are really obvious choices. You could go with Josh Newton here for sure if you wanted to go that route. Heck, if you wanted to, you could say Jordan Battle, or you could look at maybe you wanted to make the case for Khalil Herbert, and you want him to be good down the stretch because who knows how it'll help with Chase Brown. Plenty of options. But to me, maybe you could make the case for Tanner McLaughlin, or you want to go the center route with Matt Lee. But to me, it's this defensive front. And it's literally anyone. I wrote down in my notes that I sent to Andrew, any young defensive lineman. Myles Murphy, Kris Jenkins, McKinnley Jackson, Joseph Osai, not as much because he's in the final year of his contract. But literally any of these guys that you drafted, that you're supposed to develop, that you're hoping you get a lot out of. Myles Murphy, 1st-round pick. Kris Jenkins, 2nd-round pick. McKinnley Jackson, 3rd-round pick. Quality, high-end talent, high picks. And do we know what they are? Do we really know what Myles Murphy is now? Some of you are saying, oh, yeah, well, Lou Anarumo has to play him. Absolutely. But Myles Murphy does have to make the most of the snaps that he does get and make an impact with the snaps he does get to earn more snaps. It's just how the league works, for better or worse. And so to me, you need one of those guys to show up, play at a high level. And obviously, Murphy and Jenkins are the higher picks. I think those are the guys with the most upside of the 3. Probably in that order, Murphy and Jenkins, just traits-wise. Even though I really like Kris Jenkins, I think he's going to be a good player. Got to show it. You really need to, after the first week of January, say, regardless of what happens playoff-wise, and if they get in and they make a run or if they don't, oh, well, McKinnley Jackson can be a part of the future and be a nice building block. Kris Jenkins can be a part of the future. Who knows what happens with Sam Hubbard, but Myles Murphy can be a big part of the future. I need to say that about at least one of those guys in 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and you not laugh me out of the room. Right now, I can't say that about Myles Murphy. Haven't seen enough from Kris Jenkins yet, even though he has flashed some, and I cannot say that about McKinnley Jackson, all 3 of which have flashed a little bit. It needs to be more consistent. We need to see more of them, and the way you see more of them is by them playing well, earning more snaps. We'll see if it happens, but those are the 3 essentially guys that I'm paying attention to. In defensive line, you group them together because you're talking about 3 guys that were top picks, day 1 or day 2 draft picks. And then you got a guy in Germaine Burton who's a 3rd rounder. Everyone said 1st-round talent. Okay, fine. 1st-round talent. Let's see it over the final 6 weeks. Make an impact. Shouldn't be hard. Single coverage with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase on the field. And then Taylor-Britt. People were talking about him, Pro Bowl, All-Pro. It's time, Cam. It's time for you to bounce back after an ugly 11 weeks this season. For more, make sure you check out BengalsTalk.com. Support our sponsor, SeatGeek, with promo code CincyTalk. And for Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien. A ton coming your way today and all week long. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and make sure you hit that subscribe button right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.